Hello and welcome to the final episode of EUphoria, covering the LEC 2021 summer season. Summer split. I think we get to say season now. I like split personally.
I like split.
It's over. It's all over, and it ended. Maybe not as I expected it to at the start of the season, but certainly once we got into playoffs, I think it was naturally the logical conclusion. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, all that stuff. Spotify's weird right now. If you're watching it here, we're working on it. It's getting fixed. I don't know how that works, but it'll be back on Spotify soon if it's not there. Anyway, all that stuff, not as important as what's happening right now. Drakos, Caedrel, and most importantly, our special guest, none other than Armut. Turkish stage beast, Lord of the top lane. Yeah, holy.
The two-time TCL,
I didn't
LEC.
expect to make like a habit of this, but like now every time you win anything, we have to have you. It's a thing now. You just keep winning, and we're just gonna have to keep bringing you back.
Yeah.
How are you? Were you surprised about this result? Did it feel expected for you guys? Because coming out of Fnatic's like rise back up, we thought maybe they can contest you, but after. I really thought at least the Rogue were going to be like a good opponent for you and we were going to get a 5-game series. So when you guys just kicked the shit out of Rogue, I was like, I don't know if anyone could beat me. Like, how did it feel from your perspective? How did you run? Were you sweating it all for the finals, or did this feel like as easy of a playoff run as it kind of looked from the outside?
I mean, I was expecting this season G2 to be our strongest opponent, but they weren't. Because, I mean, we were like thinking, okay, Rogue is fine in the regular season, but in playoffs, they're a whole different team. Like, we were just expecting that again, to be honest. And it was the same way. I think this time even it was worse for Rogue. I don't know what's wrong with them, but I think they were struggling a lot this year. Then Fnatic just came to playoffs and they are just 3-2 everyone, 3-2, 3-0. Like, they were just improving every series. I think they actually improved a lot, Fnatic. I mean, I was thinking a bit more close finals maybe because our Scrims. Oh my god, man! If you guys see that, you will say,
I'd love to see
Fnatic 3-0 the finals. You will think like that. By the way,
Was it that bad?
It was so bad. It was so bad. It was a disaster.
I love Scream stories.
What was like? Was there a moment in Scrims where were you ever nervous, or it's like, or are bad scrims kind of the standard for Mad Lions right now?
It was for a really long time. It was really bad, and it felt like we are not progressing a lot. So I was feeling nervous, not gonna lie, because I think we weren't improving. Like there was no chance for us to improve in scrims because every game is just open. Like every early game is just so doomed that we cannot learn anything, to be honest. But like in stage, we just became different team, I guess. Like, I think in Scrims, we don't care about jungle that much, maybe. And, like, it's just one gank and game is kind of over sometimes,
Jungle doesn't exist in Scrims. Just pure limit testing, non-stop.
But I think this is, like, we should improve on that point as a team. I feel like the Scrims are really important for giving us the courage before the playoffs and stuff. And, like, we are just improving there. So I think we should take it more seriously as a team.
Mm-hmm. I think it sounds like it's probably... I don't know how you can keep like I have weak mental. I learned this very, very early in my League of Legends ladder career when I'm like raging out at like whatever, Pisslow game I'm trapped in versus this man who's like, like playing for his career, in any given moment playing in these high stage games and you're keeping it together. But I'm impressed that the mental was so strong going through for that. How, the burnout discussion's been ongoing. Never want to make light of it, but how was the team mood? Was it like once you got into playoffs, was it really easy to focus and like be really excited and feel really rejuvenated? Or are you guys like even to the last moment just like kind of surviving and getting through?
No. I think like first 6 finals weeks in the regular season, we were like meh.
Yeah.
But then after the 6 weeks, like everyone like was like stepping up. I think especially me because I was going to in the try hard mode because I didn't want to go in too early because then it would make me suffer in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I was waiting for the right moment, for example. And it worked really well. Like even in the scrims, for example, I was dying 1v1 a lot, for example, in the first 6 weeks. Then it turned out to be like 50-50. Then I was solo killing everyone after. Like that also shows that I'm improving. And me I just became more confident after seeing the Scrims result, for example.
Yeah, and I think last time we talked, you were talking a lot about like your lane phase being one of the big things that you were focusing on, one of the big things that you're working on. Obviously, you've also had Vizicachi come in. Like, how do you feel outside of Mad Lion's improvement in the split? How do you just feel about yourself as an individual player stepping up?
I think my team fightings were like, they were always the good. So I think, yeah. About my laning, I was feeling my laning is really weak, and I wasn't in the top LEC level. But this year I improved a lot. I think I'm in LEC level, but I still don't think it's enough for me. I think I can get much better, so I will try to.
Well, you were by far the best top in playoffs, so if you still got more in the tank, that's good news for Worlds.
I remember because you obviously like you had those first 6 weeks where I think like you were dying, you were kind of getting caught on side here and there, and your team fight has always been good, as you said, but I think we were like, oh dang, like what is this going to look like for playoffs? Because again, Mad Lions, we're going to be good in playoffs. We're going to be good in playoffs, and we're like, okay, but it's hard for us because we don't see those scrims, we don't see that,
and then the predictions start coming through.
Predictions start coming through, yeah. Okay, and then we see you week 8. Week 8, you pop off. Like, you're a monster in week 8. I can't even remember the game specifically. But
I love Jace.
It was Jace. I think there was a Wukong game in there. And then we were like, maybe his champion pool is going to be a problem. He plays 4 champions. And then you know what? It didn't matter. You played 4 champions and they couldn't do anything.
Really?
You smashed on everybody, bro.
I don't think my champion pool is like not that small. Like everyone's saying, I know when I play Nara and Wukong, I know the gap is really huge because these 2 champions just gives me so much in team fights.
Yeah.
And like if they don't punish me in laning, which I think you have to punish Nara and Wukong, but there is no one to punish, so I'm just winning.
Yeah.
Win-win.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was skeptical. But yeah, everything worked. I mean, you had some solid Gwen games.
Jace.
Gnar, the
GP.
Jace games, yeah. The GP was pretty solid too.
I will say that there was one GP game where it was kind of rough. That was a roughie, huh? Game 3, right?
God.
Where you're just the game's like, I don't know how far, but down you were in gold.
They were
but
like
your whole
6K
team,
down at 15 minutes.
Your whole team was just getting murdered.
It was disaster.
That game looked rough. But then the next one was good in the finals.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
I know you said in the interview with Lore, not to look too far ahead, that you're like really excited to get your rematch or to play Khan, to go that. Do you feel like this is going to be a huge growth opportunity to finally like to play against these Worlds top laners again now that you've had this split of growth yourself?
Yeah, because I was always like the guy who loses a lane for like 10 CS, 20 CS, and like I was just waiting for my moment in team fights and stuff. But if I manage to be stronger from my lane, I'm gonna have more impact in the team fights and stuff because I will have like more gold in my pocket than more items.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really like I wanna test my laning into really good top laners, for example.
Yeah. I'm honestly very, very pumped. I'm super, super excited to see it.
Don't be so much.
I'll wait. I'm not. It's my job to sell you. You know what I mean? Like people are gonna when we get invited to the international caster roundtable, I have to be like Armut, this guy.
He's gonna body all Western top laners. Eastern top laners don't stand a chance.
Like I am. Like you
like
have
Nuguri is doomed.
Yeah, like Nuguri.
3 bans in the first phase.
You're gonna wonder if like this man's gonna beat Nuguri with one hand tied behind his back. It's gonna be just mouse, just the clicking on Jace.
mouse gap.
Doesn't even need abilities on Jace. Just auto spacing is so
Dude,
clean.
Drakos, you should be a salesman, dude. I'm sold, man. Get me on.
But I'm not trying to put
Where
that
do
pressure on you. If honestly, like, if you guys do your best, we're here to support you. That's what it means.
No pressure at all.
No pressure at all. Body con. No pressure, but if you could body con, that would be great. On the other side, though, is like as great as your guys' story was through playoffs. Everybody else except for Fnatic kind of had an awful playoff run.
Misfits a little bit debatable. They had their ups and downs.
They had their ups and downs, but I think for the kind of the big 4, let's say Fnatic, G2, Rogue, Mad. I think Fnatic had a really cool story in the lower bracket, even if maybe they didn't get to go 5 games in the finals. Then that was still an exciting final. But G2 kind of just blew up. Rogue kind of just blew up. What's your opinion on this whole Rogue ordeal? Because they were your big rivals. I think when we talked to Carzy was like, we want to see them in the final so I can crush their dreams one more time. You crushed the dreams ahead of schedule. Then Fnatic, like everyone's just taking turns crushing Rogue's dreams right now. So like,
it's like the circle meme where they're in the middle, everyone just kicking them.
Everyone just beating Rogue up right now. So what's your read? Because you said regular season Rogue's really strong, and you feel like it doesn't always go so well in playoffs.
I mean, were they that strong? Maybe the other teams were like wasn't that strong in the regular season. Was the case? I mean, Mad Lions weren't strong at all, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, your regular season was all right. I think you guys your second half was pretty good, but it definitely wasn't. Yeah. Even the games that you started to win, like if you look at the second half holistically, I think you guys were 7-2. But even in that 7-2, there were a lot of games that were like kind of quintessential Mad Lions games where like some random crap happened and then you like team fought your way out and into the victory.
Yeah, I think we got also hard stomped by G2 in the second half also. I remember that. So
were Rogue, I guess, Rogue, obviously, kings of the best of one. Hopefully that helps them at Worlds. But what do you think went wrong? What do you think changed? I mean, to both of you, like what actually changed for Rogue in playoffs? Because obviously a lot of people are not very happy with Rogue right now, and probably justifiably so. I think they went 3-8, all things considered.
Yeah.
I just like when I watch them, like when I watch their faces, when I watch their comms, when I see they play, how they play, I just don't feel like players are like. They just don't like each other. That's how, like the aura I get is just like they just don't want to play together and stuff. I think they don't like each other, to be honest.
Yeah, I think the vibe just looks rough, doesn't it? And I think you can see
the vibe
it
does look rough.
It kind of translates into their gameplay where I think they're in their own heads where it's like we finished first place 3 splits in a row. We should make it to the finals by default, and they think they're already there. But then the journey to get there is very long, and when you start losing, it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Their scrims are probably going great, but the second they go on stage and lose one game, they all look so defeated. Like it looks like they've all just given up. And I don't know if I'm correct in saying this because obviously I don't have the inside information. But if I watch you, for example, you guys in that game 2 in the finals, the finals, you guys were just laughing your whole way through. You guys were getting stomped. The game was over. It was a 10k gold lead. You lost at level 1. Yeah. But I know exactly what you did. You just tilted all your chairs back. And then you all just started laughing. And I think that's so much different to how Rogue would perceive a loss.
Probably, yeah.
What is that environment like for you guys? Because like obviously I think a lot of people look at your it's really easy to like hold on to that environment when you're winning. I think what's cool is that even in the games where you guys are just like random level 1 fight, the game is over, you know? You're still fighting, and it's not
actually, can I say something? I remember I was listening to your comms and you were playing, I think it was GP into Ornn or Jace into Ornn.
It was Jace in turn,
and he gets solo killed in a playoffs game, and he just goes, FF.
I mean, it was like meme. I think
Carzy was like, it's fine. He's like, no, FF.
Carzy was like, don't stress, Armut, like, it's fine.
And everyone was just laughing.
No,
like your carry top dies to their tank, and everyone's laughing. Against Rogue, I think that was.
Because Marek was saying, I'm coming, let's fight him, and like,
and then he died.
I died.
Anyway, sorry, carry on. I just had to get that out there.
It's good. I think it just reminds me, it calls back when we were asking, I think in week 7, week 8, like who was going to be the last playoffs team, right? Before Vitality cinched it. I think we had Reckless on that episode, and he was like,
I watched that, yeah.
Astralis, he's like, because it was like, no one had anything super concrete as to what team was going to go out on top because it was just so convoluted. But like Reckless's sentiment was like, the vibe was good, you know, and the good vibe is so important. And like, obviously, I don't know, like, what do you take from the vibe is good? But I think that we've seen, like, sadly for G2, vibe didn't look good when they started losing.
No.
Sadly for Rogue, the vibe didn't look good, you know?
But I will admit, Yanko's screams kept him alive.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That part of the vibe is great. That man is pure energy. You know what I mean? When you saw them outside, it did not look like, because we've had splits where it's like people excitedly talking. You've had that fun. And this is obviously such a weird thing to analyze because you don't hear the conversation. It's kind of like, it's very, like, we can't really go super deep on this because we just aren't there for those conversations. But there is a distinct contrast between watching the Fnatic that made this crazy run through playoffs and watching you guys outside on those cams and you're going back and forth and you're excited and you're laughing versus the, like, 5 people standing in front of a whiteboard, like, just looking depressed,
blank-faced. Yeah.
I mean, I also felt when we were against Fnatic, they were kind of also the same. Like, they were so stressed, I think.
I mean, probably. Because I think that, like, probably up until the final, you probably got this, like, super big underdog mentality, like, no matter what happens, we're good. But then once you make it to the final, I think you kind of, it's probably hard to hold on to that because ultimately, underdog or not, like, you lose, you're out in the final. Like, you made it this far.
Yeah.
Because we did see for sure in the G2 series and the Rogue series, they were just joking and having a good time. But I guess those series were also kind of one-sided. Damn. Weird playoffs.
Yeah, it was a really weird one. I mean, by the way, like when we were facing Fnatic in the finals, when it was 0-0, everyone was chatting, everyone was just having fun, joking each other. After 1-0, we were still typing because we are Mad Lions and stuff.
We are Mad Lions.
Like even we lose, we will still do it. But like we just typed something and no one answered. It was only Niski who was trying to type something.
The banter wasn't flowing.
I mean, when I saw their faces, it was like they were just so stressed and so much focused on the game and stuff. I was like, ooh.
And that must feel really good.
After 1-1, they were when I look at them, they were like so happy. I thought like again. Then it was 2-1. When I check, it was like so stressed again. It was so weird. Seriously, like it was weird. But I think it's normal, I guess.
It's the Mad Lions special to all chat, isn't it? You guys always all chat. I hear it.
We asked for a remake in the second game.
I feel like
in the second game you asked for a remake.
Yeah.
Oh man,
how epic is that? You're die level 1, guys. Come on, please.
I think
do you really want to win a championship like this?
I think the thing that I like about it is like, I think it's a really easy thing to maintain when you're like when you are the favorites or when you're the best performing team, because like G2 had it too, right? When G2 were on top of the world, they were the ones typing in all chat, and I heard like, oh, I can't remember who. One of the coaches was so annoyed and was trying to get like just telling them, no matter what they type to you, do not type back, do not engage with G2 esports, because they were just trolling in every pregame.
Yeah, I remember
lobby.
someone doing that. Saying that, yeah.
But now I think it's also cool because it feels like you guys are holding on to this even when you're going through difficult times, and I hope it's something you can keep going, because I love it. I think it is totally reasonable if you lose a game to instantly be like, shit,
Yeah,
it's
I think
all
so.
falling
I think
apart.
maybe that's the like normal one. Maybe we are just not normals.
I mean, not
Because-
normal has done very well for EU in recent
Yeah.
years. I think we need more
Yeah.
not normal.
Yeah, maybe. Because like if you're just 1-0 behind, even like 2-0 behind, if you just lose the mentality of having good mentality, then comeback will not come back, right?
Yeah.
Comeback will not happen. Like for example, last season, the spring finals, we were like 2-0 behind, but we were still confident and we were like still ready to like fight. We had like good mood in the team.
Mhm.
But I think this like other teams, I don't see them.
I think that's really
I
important.
don't see it.
It's really important because I think that a lot of teams, I think the default stereotypical thing to do when you lose is to point fingers, right? He
Oh,
did
for
this,
sure.
They did that. We should have done this. Hindsight and
It's
pointing fingers.
it's way easier for me to go, oh, Caedrel griefed me there, for than me to
Exactly,
go like,
right?
oh wait, I'm bad.
Exactly. And I think that if you have the maturity in the team, right, hindsight and pointing fingers are the two things that cause the badness or the mood to go down, right? But I think the two things to make the mood stay up, it's like, yeah, my bad. I griefed it this game, guys. Next game won't be the same. And then your teammate's like, yeah, I know, it's fine, dude. It was just really funny to watch you run it down. You're so boosted, And then you start to move on and just think of the future rather than looking in the past, right?
Yeah. To stay on the past for a little bit longer, though, this season, obviously, last season we had this really close 5-game series. You talked about the mental. It felt very, very close between you and Rogue. This season, you guys kind of just smashed it. It felt like just a free run, honestly. And I know you guys worked really hard to get there, but when I look back at those series, like,
Yeah.
the moments where you guys never, I think, even in the games that you lost outside of that first G2 game, and I guess you only lost one other game, so good run. I never felt like you were out of a game, even in the Rogue games where you were falling behind, so just thousands of gold. Even in the Fnatic game too,
That doesn't count.
where you had
level 1 diff.
Yeah, no, but even in that game where you had no, like you stole a Baron, you were always in the game. All right, are Mad Lions just like way better than they were in spring, or like are the other top teams getting worse? Like, what's your read on, I guess, the strength of the league right now?
I mean, to be honest, this season I felt like the other teams went a bit worse. I mean, we also went a little bit ahead too, but I don't think we improved that much. But I think the other teams, like special G2 and Rogue, like they went a little bit like worse.
Yeah.
That was the case, I think.
Do you think there's a reason why?
Because like, yeah, sorry.
Any ideas as to why they could have just dropped out of performance?
I mean, like when I see Rogue, I think their mentality is really done. Like, I think it's really hard for them to come back from there. I have no idea about G2, but when I see Rogue, they seem really, really in bad situation. Like, I listen their comms and like, it's hard. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. I think that's fair. I mean, what from the outside, it's easy to see the contrast from regular season playoffs. Really easy, right? Where Odo felt like, to me at least, number one, in regular season as far as top laners go. And obviously some of that's they pick a lot of early game champions to set them up, but then every single gank from Inspired in all 5 games where they gank top literally all 5 games, except for game 1 where he had objectively ints it in the Gnar versus Tom Kench matchup, and game 2 where he gets away from a gank on Camille. He goes 1 for 1. He goes 1 for 1 and then 2v1s every single game. And it's like, I mean, credit to hear it. Great performance, but also like, damn, that's not the start that you want to your playoffs.
Yeah.
And I also think maybe the spring finals is also, of course, the factors of the rogue mentality. I mean, losing finals like that is always gonna hurt the whole full roster, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's difficult too when, especially in that final, like game 3, they went for like the really, I would say greedy, maybe that's just hindsight, but like the Caitlyn pick, they went for like absolute lane dominance, like it felt like embarrass you in game 3, you know, just like never let you play League of Legends. And then you guys were just like, all right, cool, win. And then game 5, again, where it felt so close and it felt like they were going to win. And then you had that one Gnar ultimate, right, in the clutch, where it was just, that could break me. If I, as a human being, if I have to imagine all the ways that I could be broken down,
That's one of them?
I don't know if I could come back from that. That would be hard.
Yeah. I mean, those games were rough. Big throws from Rogue. But anyway, I think the playoffs was interesting. 100% interesting. Something we were talking about backstage was something that you were playing during, was it the finals?
Oh, yes.
You
got it. So this is the thing. So there's going to be a lot of free time after this, and we all have free time plans. And we were talking about your free time plans, and we learned that a lot of players only play League of Legends during the regular season. But you, my friend, you're not afraid when you need to take a break to branch out. Yeah. And I think we need to share these stories are too good, bro. You gotta share for the people.
Yeah. I mean, I was playing other games in the regular season.
Yeah,
I was
nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Wrong. I was playing Rust, defending my house before the matches. Not big deal.
Okay, can I tell the story, or am I going to embarrass you if I tell the story?
It will be better if you just don't say it, to be honest.
Okay. Well, because all you need to know is that Armut is a strong defender of his Rust territory in any circumstance at any time, and that's a championship mentality. This man, no matter what responsibility lays in front of him for LEC, still takes care of his home first.
Multitask.
Even if it's a digital imaginary home, he takes care of it. He takes absolute care of it. And now I know you guys have a break, so get away from the league, right? Crazy playoffs, obviously. We'll see what happens at Worlds, and we'll talk a little bit about Worlds at the end. But like, what's next for you, man? Because before it was kind of mad dash to MSI, very little break time.
Yeah.
Now it feels like you guys finally get a break, and I know there's still Worlds details to be figured out. But what do you do? What do you do now? You go home, you stay here, you're chilling on games.
I mean, I just refreshed from the burnout, so I'm still feeling motivated about League of Legends and Worlds. So I don't think I will go for a vacation and stuff. Like, there is also no time for it also. I would just take a break for like 1 week, maybe from the League of Legends, and play other games and maybe stream some League of Legends, maybe just only chatting and stuff. I'm just gonna chill. Then I'm just gonna start grinding again because I wanna do something good in the Worlds this time.
Dang.
Okay. Do you know what your teammates are doing? Is everyone kind of just taking their own time, personal time, break, 1 week or so, come back?
Yeah, I mean, it's their life. If they want to play solo queue or if they want to chill, it's their choice. Like, I'm not going to say, guys, we should work. We have to, like, do something else. Like, it's their choice. And, like, they know themselves better than I do.
Yeah. I like it. I like that you guys are at least getting a week. But as always, I mean, the world schedule and calendar is brutal. How do you feel about the swap to Europe? Or is that, like, energizing for you? I know... For us, it's nice. Better time zone for us. Our time zone, you know, most likely.
I think when Worlds in China, it was last year we had to be on the studio and stuff ready to film at like
very
9 a.m.,
early.
right? 8, 9 a.m.
Very early, yeah.
I'm not a morning person, so I was pretty bad at that.
Yeah, we also, I think, well, I mean, again, not without knowing the details, but I assume that compared to China, wherever you end up will have relatively smaller quarantine restrictions, I would assume. I think it's
probably, yeah.
How do you feel? Yeah, how do you feel about being in Europe as opposed to being in China?
I mean, last time when I went to World, it was in China, and my flight was like 40 hours.
40 hours?
40.
Wait, where were you flying from?
I mean, Turkey to somewhere to somewhere to China. It was like really complicated.
Oh, yeah,
so
I guess because of COVID. Yeah.
So I'm glad that I will not have to go 40 hours again, so Yeah.
Was coming back a little bit easier?
Coming back, it was maybe 30. I don't
Okay,
remember.
well, not too bad.
Yeah, yeah,
30
Not too
hours.
bad.
I mean, I've never actually been on a plane since like this whole pandemic started, and I
Actually,
think I
same,
will
yeah.
be soon. So to me, you say 40-hour flights. Like, I think there was one time when I was first starting out as a caster, and they, obviously they had no interest in giving me any money or getting me nice flights. So it was like, yeah, you're gonna have a 10-hour layover in like Abu Dhabi and then in Moscow, and I was like, I said yes, because what else do you say? But like a 40-hour flight, dude, is.
You
It's-
sleep there, like you live there.
I think it's so. By the end, you like
so drained.
You're so drained. You have never. It's
it's
the
really
most
bad.
exhausted I ever
It's
was from
really
like
bad.
doing nothing, from literally doing nothing. It was
bad.
exhausting.
And then jet lag as well, especially with different time zone and
Yeah, we got the
bad sleep,
this-
bad
we got the
food.
edge though this time.
Yeah, we got the edge. We got
Bam.
not only do we have the time zone diff in Europe to help us
Hell
out,
yes.
but we also have the solo queue players who are the they're the sixth teammate. The Armut already knows they're the sixth teammate to every EU team.
The L9 army here to just ruin Showmaker's mental.
The high elo one trick army who's just gonna take everyone the hell out.
Damn.
Yeah.
I love it. So, Rust.
Yeah.
A week of Rust and potentially other games to enjoy. Your master. Are you an expert in Rust? You starting out in Rust?
Yeah, I have like 16,000. Have like 16 hours?
1600.
Yeah, 1600 hours.
1,600? Yeah, okay. I was like 16,000. I was
Yeah,
like,
16,000.
bro. I was joking when we called it your house, but God, that's a career.
Dude, I have 400 hours in Rust. This guy has 4 times my hours in Rust.
I respect it.
I
Honestly.
love that game. Have you ever played it?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I'm absolute trash, and I played it back when it was like really old, and I just remember like whoever on the server had guns before me, and I walked out of like my little tiny hut and got one tap like 8 times in a row. So
It's so funny. That
I
game.
put 12 hours in Rust, and
that,
8 of those
game is
hours
really good
were
for your
getting shot.
mental, by the way.
Yeah,
that game is really good for your mental.
It's a mental training exercise.
yeah, it's
you know what I
mental
mean?
training.
Yeah, you're getting like absolutely RPG'd by in your house. No, it's a horror.
Bro, I don't know. I'm excited for you though. I'm excited you guys finally get a break.
Yeah.
Especially because I think the schedule is brutal. Like the international schedule is for sure brutal. But here's the thing. Think about this. You could go from spring to MSI to summer to Worlds
Yeah.
to All-Star.
All-Star.
You could play League of Legends 12 months a year, baby.
It's such a horror. Imagine they make worse semis and then they have to go to All Star or something. Oh man, yeah, that's the whole Europe League.
So I saw something that is like 3 All-Star teams.
Oh, I have
already
no
chosen?
idea. Yeah,
You have
I don't
no
know.
idea? So they're playing, right?
I
Or
have
is it
no
something?
idea, bro.
I
I
have
don't know
no
anything
idea
about
how
All-Star.
All-Star-
All I know about All Stars is in like 2015 to maybe 17. It was really cool to watch,
Yeah.
and like the 1v1 tournament was like awesome and stuff. And
I will say the thing that's really cool about it now is like, at least for the last few years, and again, I know nothing about All Star, but they've taken people to Vegas, and they like the pro, like that's how they make sure that the pros enjoy it. They like ball out for the pros. Like I'm here in like whatever hotel room, central, but like the pros are like the suites,
Okay.
the like it's looking nice.
okay,
Did you go last year? I can't remember.
Oh no, I never went to All-Star, I think.
Okay.
same.
Yeah. Well, it sucks, Caedrel. I'm sorry. You could go as a caster. You're an
Yeah.
all-star caster.
Hey now, I'm an All Star.
Oh,
Okay,
please.
we're gonna get YMCA.
Come on, man. I think last things. I think before we wrap up for the day, because I think it's just like this is the it's a chill final week. We've wrapped the season.
We're
It's
done.
easy.
That's it.
Yeah. And I think I don't want to get, if you're watching this now, obviously there's a lot to talk about for Worlds, and I want to hit on it a little bit, but I don't want to like give this the break.
Yeah, because I feel like
we don't want to just instantly take you in Worlds because like we don't even
Yeah.
know all of the teams for Worlds yet
or where it's gonna be.
or where it's going to be.
I mean,
It's mystery
What we do
Worlds.
know about Worlds, though, which is kind of scary, is there's going to be, if everyone makes 2 planes, right, you're going to have 4 LPL teams, which means an LPL team in every group.
Yep.
4 LCK teams, which means an LCK team in every group. 3 LEC teams, which means only one group won't have an LEC team, right? So it's expected that you guys are definitely going to have an LCK and an LPL team in your group. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be fun. I think it's like the first and second seed, you have like some leverage as to like getting weaker teams
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you don't face like the first seed out of the LPL and stuff like that. So
Sure. And I think that's one thing we can't talk about even without the teams knowing. And obviously these things can change a little bit, but like what are your expectations? What do you think like Mad's expectations are? Because obviously last year at Worlds, you beat them. So that wasn't great for them. They got knocked out in play-ins. This year you skip play-ins, so that's a positive step. But you guys made it to semis at MSI, but I think making it to semis at MSI distinctly easier than making it to Worlds. Because like you are going to have to go, like it'll be you or the LCK team or the LPL team. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know what is the expectations, but I think our goal should be semifinals at least. I mean, because World semifinals is kind of something.
Yeah, I agree.
It's kind of important.
Mhm.
So,
Just
if we can do it, it's pretty good, I would say already.
yeah.
Expectations maybe is like quarterfinal, semifinal, something like this, I would say.
So getting out of groups, and then the
Getting
European
out of
classic
groups.
of getting to semis.
Getting to semis.
Okay.
I think that's success. I don't know what people at home are feeling because I think that like since 2019 we've kind of been on a World's expectation roller coaster.
You will make it to finals.
You have to make the finals or it's failure. But I think that's like a really solid goal to shoot for. And I think especially with the terrifying world that we live in where LCK and LPL get 4 seeds. And I'm not as scared of LCK 4 seeds because I still think LCK is really top heavy, but LPL is its own particular brand of scary, and that's
Actually, like, can I ask you something?
Sure.
How can LEC get the 4th spot? Is it like
I think it's the MSI win.
it's about MSI?
Yeah, so if we had won MSI, I believe we would have gotten a 4th slot. It's actually complicated. So it's like, it's all recent performances. And I know right now, I think that like the ordering is probably LCK, since LCK were the last Worlds winner.
They won Worlds, yeah.
Get a 4th slot.
Against
And then the
LPL
most
in
recent
finals.
MSI winner or maybe Worlds finalist also gets a 4th slot. But basically like there are 2 4th slots that float
I
around
see.
depending on recent
Okay.
performances.
And I guess because the LPL and LCK were in World Finals and MSI Finals, it's naturally going to them.
Basically, if you're a top 2 region, you get a 4th slot, essentially. How they actually calculate it is more complicated than that. I don't know all the specifics, but that's basically how we got our 4th slot in 2020.
Did we get that for performance? Or did we get that because of like teams couldn't make it?
No. We got, because we won MSI in 2019.
I see.
And then that was how, or maybe was that, oh man.
And then they got finals as well. And then there was
And
no
then we got
MSI in
finals,
2020,
and then
so
there was
that's
no
probably
MSI.
how.
There was no
right?
MSI for anyone to take that spot away from us.
Yeah.
So we got to send, Mad Lions playoffs where they, got you. So really, if we think about it,
The 4th seed didn't
if
do
MSI
much.
had happened, we might have been worse off.
Yeah.
We couldn't have been sitting. We might not have been sitting here with you today. So it's all like comes together, butterfly effect.
I have one question.
Yeah.
The whole summer split, apart from obviously Sunday where you won the title, do you have any like favorite memory of the entire split or moment that stands out to you where it's like, dude, that was fun, or that was my greatest game, or I felt really good on that day?
I mean, it's tough.
When G2 banlar.
When G2 banned Nar, that was
Because
funny.
like Wunder was always memeing my Nar and stuff, and I mean I think he was like respecting me a lot, to be honest. And they banned my Nar, and I was like, yeah, nice.
Yeah, everyone on your team just looked over at G2 and was laughing
good
at them,
moment.
right?
Yeah, it was a good moment.
That's really cool.
I mean, we are also really close with G2, so yeah, like it was fun from them.
It's like
I mean,
banter.
Fnatic also banned GP, but it wasn't that dramatically because I think they had to ban GP that series. But Narban was like for fun and maybe like a little bit respect, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I liked when you guys banned Brand.
Yeah,
Oh,
but we
yeah.
actually didn't have anything to ban that game. We were
Yeah.
like, what should we ban? They banned everything we wanted to ban. Oh,
I think that
Drop the ban.
the casual viewer would have said that maybe banning the Varus before they tower dime you 8 times was good.
maybe.
They did get like Zinzao, LeBlanc, Varus.
Yeah, in the
Maybe.
first 3.
Yeah, I'm watching.
That was their
I'm
first
listening
3.
their comms like they're already saying GG after picking Varus. GG, this draft is one. They should dodge and stuff.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember
no.
that. I remember talking to Mac backstage after the series. And I was like, so why did you ban Brand? And he's like, well, I'm one of the only coaches where if I really don't think anything's worth banning, I'll just say ban something random.
Or to ban something,
Okay.
essentially ban nothing.
Ban nothing, yeah.
In the case of Brand, not the Brand was.
I love it how we were like, is this something from Scrims? Does
We
Mad
were
Lions
so
want to blind
ready.
pick like Tam Kench bot or something and Brand is good into it?
Yeah, I was theory crafting.
And Mickey was like saying, "Whoa, nice respect, man."
I was like instantly like get behind the computer like lol VVV pro builds is like brand support. What?
Where's it going?
Yeah. Well, thank you for that, Mac. That was like that was a wild 30 seconds of my life before I realized it was absolutely a troll ban, or in this case, a no ban, not a troll ban. And it's just super cool. I think other than that, it's 3 weeks until this Worlds thing. 3 weeks. Sorry, I'm on vacation for 3 weeks, and then I still don't even think we have Worlds dates yet. So
Nope.
thank
Probably
you for
sometime in October, right?
bearing with us. Also, for all the EU fans, this is kind of we're in the last few minutes of the show. We're gonna kind of shoot the shit to put it simply. So you're on vacation. We're on vacation. What are you doing for vacation?
Probably streaming and climbing and playing League of Legends. I'm very bad at disconnecting, so
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's also you're a freelancer. It's your
yeah, I think this is the longest break I've had all year as well, because we went straight to MSI and then this and then.
I'm 3 weeks off. This is the first time in my entire career as a caster I think I've gotten 3 straight
Really?
weeks off in the context of a year. I think end of the
3 weeks
year.
is a lot.
3 weeks is a lot. I mean, you're only taking 1, which is crazy to me. Or is there ever? When was the last time that you got like a proper vacation? Was it end of year last year, or did you? Like when do you get to like go home and see family? Is it just holidays?
I don't remember, man. Like because I'm like there is not much between like there was no MSI, but there was like still not much time before the first season to second season.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the most of the time I got vacations because then there is Worlds, and after the Worlds you usually need to find a team. To find a team that you need to grind solo queue because I wasn't in LEC and stuff. So solo queue was important back then for me. So I mean, of course got like vacations for like 1 week, 2 week, 3 week maybe, but that's kind of it. I didn't go somewhere like special. I just didn't play League of Legends, and it was like vacation to me.
My pitch, Riot Games, is when this whole pandemic thing is over, we just hold Worlds in like I don't know, an island somewhere,
Like Malta.
like Malta, Worlds at Malta. You know, we just once all the logistics are good, the vaccinations, everything else, once it's simple again, we just like, because I think everyone's been missing that.
Like a holiday resort.
You know, we just go to an island.
We take the G2 vacation means and make it a League
This
of
is what I
Legends
want. That's what I want. If you
vacation.
ever shout out to Beyond the Summit because they just did a Smash thing. They just rent out a big house somewhere and they just invite all the teams. I think we just get like giant mansion. MSI. That's my pitch. Giant mansion MSI on an island.
And we cast it all from a couch.
We
like
cast it
4
all from
people on a couch.
When you're done with your game, you can like wander in and just hop on the couch.
And that's the post game interview.
That's what I would like. That's my request, Riot Games.
And like the worst thing about the vacations that you just check your Instagram, like all your friends from the school and stuff, they are like having fun.
Yeah.
But your season just started, man. You have to play whole year.
It's esports time,
Yeah,
dude.
that's esports
Actually,
time.
I had a question again that I just remembered. So you guys, let me take you back a week or two. You're in the final. Fnatic and Rogue are in the lower bracket. There's only 3 teams left in playoffs. So that week of scrims, I'm just curious because you're Mad Lions. Fnatic and Rogue can't scrim each other, and you can choose who to scrim. But you could also just say no to both of them, and then they have no scrims. How does the scrim dynamic work in that week?
So there is 4 days of the scrims. So one like 2-2. We are just sharing.
You just went 2-2?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
That's
sense.
actually the nice thing to do.
That's the nice thing to do. I feel like you have the power to just say no to both of them, you know?
But then someday they will have the power maybe, and you yeah.
Like positive karma.
Yeah.
Passing
Yeah,
it
that's
back.
true.
That's good.
true.
That's,
Okay, cool.
that's good. I like it.
What are you doing for?
You're asking me? Yeah, so again, this is the loosest episode of EUphoria ever, but we're done with the season. Worlds will be serious again if we do World. There's so many questions that I don't have answers for you, dear audience. So, climbing with Mr. Caedrel here. Seeing if I can drag any of the G2 boys out of what I assume is a postseason depression to play Magic the Gathering. We'll find out. And they could be fine too. I don't know. You just got to go check in on them.
You gonna make any new beats, any new songs for us?
There's a song. A song should come out. I'm afraid to commit to it because then I have to do it, Caedrel.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So if I say I'm going to finish it, then I have 3 weeks to finish it. And I feel like that's a lot of pressure.
Uh-huh.
So I'll say
So there is
soon.
something.
There is something.
There's a song.
There's maybe mini somethings.
Okay.
A couple somethings.
Okay,
So
dropping
it'll
some
be exciting.
beats.
There's a song. Maybe I'll write a song about Armut.
About me? Oh,
Well, yeah. You look. This man won the LEC. You won my heart.
oh my God. So who are you gonna write a song about?
I need probably neither. I feel like it would be really weird vibes to just write a song about you. Like imagine not a rap battle, but I just personally release a song about you. Like I don't tell you that it's coming, Armut. I just release a song about you.
I thought you were talking to
How
me.
would that, or you?
I would be
okay.
embarrassed.
You would be embarrassed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd be embarrassed too. How would I approach you in this
Here comes
podcast? I'd be like, look, man, I know I wrote that line about how handsome you are, but like it was for the song.
Dude,
You
I
know,
already
I'm really not trying to have a weird vibe right now.
I already got bars in my head. Here comes the stage beast. You know he's about to cast feast.
Oh,
You like that?
Ooh,
Huh?
Beast Feast.
Yeah,
I
you
like
like that? You like that? Okay. I already got some bars.
Okay, I mean, this man. Did you play Cho'Gath once? No.
No.
Okay,
Oh,
so if you want a Cho'Gath bar in a rap battle, you have to play Cho'Gath. That's the only thing I'll say. This has been an entire year of Euphoria 2021 coming to a wrap. Regarding Worlds, we will see. Generally, we like making Worlds podcasts, and even if we don't end up with a Euphoria, we may end up with a Worlds After Hours sort of thingy.
Yeah, we'll
We're
do
figuring
something
it
for
out.
sure.
But regardless, one thing that we will have are 3 incredible teams. Incredible. At Worlds. So if you're an LEC fan, be sure to root, and we'll keep you guys posted. Ari, what's happening? Keep up with Riot channels if you want to know what's going on with Worlds, because again, sadly, I am not the man who has answers for you. But if you want to know everything about Euphoria, follow LEC, follow us. We'll keep you all up to date. And if you are not already following Armut, you are
are you doing?
absolutely trolling. Why are you still listening to us and not hopping on to twitter.com to follow this man, and Instagram,
Yeah, and
and
also
any other
Instagram, yeah.
Instagram, any other
Twitch,
platform?
Twitter.
Do it.
Yeah.
Just
You know what I mean?
do it.
You're like, the fact that he doesn't charge you to follow his profiles for his big brain tweets, his comedy tweets. Just saying, that's free content. You guys got to get in there. That said, this has been Euphoria. It's been the loosest episode of all time, but we thought it'd be good to catch up, to talk before we all went into our break time. So thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you for Worlds and maybe for more Euphoria. Wink.
Perhaps.
Bye-bye.